I'm Jack Shepherd. I'm an actor, writer, director. I've worked at the Royal Court, the National Theatre, and from 1991, I think, 92, began to work at Southwark Playhouse, where I met Mehmet. Then he rang me and said, I found this old shirt factory in Dalston. Would you come and have a look? So I said, okay, and we met, and we went round the old Arcola, which was still a shirt factory. It still had a kind of a mechanical trackway on the ceiling, full of hangers where the clothes would be banged along, so they travelled from space to space. Upstairs was impossible, I thought, because the ceiling was very low and the space was very large. Downstairs was absolutely dilapidated. I remember clearly saying to him, how much is it going to cost in rent? And he told me, I think it was about £41,000. And I said, how much have you got in the bank? He just shrugged and said, I've got a credit card. And I think I said something like, I think you're mad. And a few months later, it was painted black, it was opened with curtains, and the first production, I think, by Chagrin, it was quite a tough little play about male rape. And then I did a production of Midsummer Night's Dream, which was very successful, where I found that I could use the columns that were there and turn them into trees and play the whole play as it were in a forest. It worked absolutely wonderfully. I mean, everything worked in that production. Then since then I've put on a play of mine called Through a Cloud, a repeat of the jazz play, and another play called a comedy called Only When I Laugh. This present one I'm in now, Home, is the most recent. So I forget how many years ago, because Mehmet knew me very well and knew the way my mind worked, wanted me on the board, so I've been on this very small board for, I guess, 10 years, something like that, keeping an eye on things. At drama school in the 60s, the first thing we were taught was that you have to have a commitment to theatre. That's what you have to have first. Now they're taught you have to have a commitment to career. It's a big difference, a huge difference. What Mehmet has always had, is a commitment to theatre. Doesn't care where he lives, doesn't care if he gets any money, he'll sleep on people's floors. He'll do anything just to get the plays on that he believes in and to present audiences with the kind of drama he thinks they're missing. If we're not careful, the play will die and be video games, God knows what will take its place. All kinds of things are waiting in the wings to make the Americans a lot of money, which will kind of sweep the play aside. It's gone from television. There aren't any anymore. They don't exist. Very hard to run theatre in the provinces now. It's not easy. Once you become an institution, everything starts to change. You get things, you get problems about sacking people. You get problems about shifting people around within a hierarchy. All these things start to emerge, which of course never appeared at the old Arcola because it was run completely on a ad hoc basis. People who worked behind the bar would do it for nothing. Mm-hmm. People who turned up to help would do it because they were interested in doing it, not because it was part of their career. Perhaps that's one of the catches that's come in, to do with theatre that isn't exactly helpful. Once somebody starts to see working in a theatre like the Arcola as a successful step forward in their career, everything starts to change. And if you're not careful, the theatre starts to run out of energy because it becomes a very successful touring venue. People want to play because it's in London, because the facilities are very good and the reputation is very good. But that dynamic energy that Mehmet had in the first 5 years cannot be there because it's a totally different financial situation. Everything, the man from the Arts Council now joins in the board meetings. Everything has to be absolutely four square. Well, Mehmet's always been on top of that. He's always been able to create a good relationship with the council, and he's put on the kind of workshops, adult workshops, children's workshops, integrated fully all the time, from the old Arcola right to now. You see, the theatre has a very good catchment area in that Islington's just up the road, full of very prosperous middle-class people, and Hampstead's not so very far away, coming on the overground. So there's going to be a good intellectual, cognoscenti audience for things here. As opposed to integrating what happens in the main theatre with the Turkish community, that I don't think has happened. You might put on a special, but it's such multiracial group around here. I don't see. You're dealing with a kind of old-fashioned working class prejudice against theatre, which is, the Arcola's never going to shift. But I thought that the season of Viennese plays was inspired. I thought they were very good, very well produced. I think it was a co-production with an Oxford touring company and things like that. But it was a very good idea, and it was very successfully realised.